Hello everyone, I have come back and I'm sorry this video is a little bit late, but this is my WrestleMania reactions videos. If I won, I'd do something, I'll get a game. If I lost, I would do the My Little Pony thing that my sister put on the line for me to do if I lost. Right, I've calculated all my results, I have wrote them all down, and I will go through them all with you again, to see what will happen. Okay? Right. Your first match was the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. Wasn't really much going on there. There wasn't any NXT people. Yeah, R-Truth returned, but he had that from with Goldust. It was an alright match. Mojo destroyed Zack Ryder to eliminate him. The only good was at the end, with the last three. You had Mojo, Corbin, and Hardy. Then Bray Wyatt appeared, and then I think it was when Matt eliminated Mojo. But then when Wyatt went for Baron, he went to the end of days. Then Hardy eliminated Baron, and Matt Hardy won, which I predicted correctly. Because if you read my comments I put underneath the description, for some reason I couldn't add on my other prediction with Elias. So I put it in the description underneath, Matt Hardy or Elias, because I did not put the card on. When you have the card in the corner. I've done it before, but I can't remember how I did it. I did it in my Wrestling Other video. So I got on right, and you have the Cruiserweight title match against Celtic. Is that right? Alexander versus Mustafa Ali. And good match. Not many people were interested. They got treated like nothing. Then it was good when he did his little reverse 360 thing off the rock, I don't know what it's called, and Alexander got his foot on the rope. I was really close. I thought Mustafa won that. But I'm glad the winner was Alexander. The Lombard check, which I predicted correctly, so I am up for 2. Then you have the Women's Battle Royal. Why? Good match, but why did Becky come about her music and about all the rest came out to the SmackDown theme song? The wrestling theme song, sorry. Then you had Bayley's own entrance and Banks' own entrance. Now my pick for this was the woman who won the Mae Young Classic, and she was in it surprisingly, and a bunch of other NXT stars, which I was glad to see. So when it started with all one came was in the it had like a circle of divas and they pushed one in the middle. They all got up in the mid half and did that. It was first Carmella, and they did it again to someone else because Natalya pushed her, and they all did it again to someone else, and she got eliminated. They all went for each other, but all the NXT people started eliminating people, and then they got eliminated one by one. I can't remember her name. The one who's got the long ponytail, when she just smacks people with that hand, it makes that little smack sound. Whew, I thought it was a weapon. I thought, is that classed as a weapon? But I get a hair challenge. But I got that wrong. The women's battle royal was won by Naomi, which I wasn't expecting at all, because it ended up with Banks and Bayley. They were going to shake hands, but Bayley had other ideas, eliminate Banks. We all thought Bayley won, and Naomi came, review, eliminated Bayley. So I got that one wrong, so 2 for 1. 2 for 1. Then we move on to the main card. We'll have the IC title, Rollins, Balor, Miz. First match on the main card, one of the best matches on the main card, I think. When Miz did his bulldog off the rope, and then he had that figure 4 leg on Rollins counter, they kind of broke it up with the frog splash from the top. A bunch of how fast Miz did the skull crushing finale on Finn. Was it Finn he did it on? But it ended with Seth Rollins in the stomp, or the curb stomp, on Balor to break up a move. Then he did it again to the Miz, and then pinned the Miz and won the IC title, which now makes him a Grand Slam champion. He's won all 4 titles. Congratulations, Rollins, you are IC champion. So I also got that one wrong. 2-2. Then you have the US Championship match, which was a fatal 4-way, which was the champion Randy Orton take on Jinder Mahal Rusev and Bobby Roode fatal 4-way match. It was alright. This match wasn't brilliant. We saw RKO's. Aiden English got RKO'd. Rusev got RKO'd, and is it equal? The Sin Brother got RKO'd. And was it Rusev did his little kick on Randy? He rolled the ring. But the ending was the accolade on Jinder, who somehow countered it, went back to the Sin, moved. The Sin got kicked in the face, then it ended up in the Colossus, and then Jinder pinned Rusev, full title, US champion. Jinder Mahal is your US champion, which is, I think, is a good idea because you need a heel champion for SmackDown. Jinder's probably the perfect person to be doing that, because they give him a chance for the main title. He couldn't do it. US champion, I think he can do it as a heel if he does it correctly. Which he's had a feud with Randy Orton before. But this time Jinder Mahal might keep this title when he takes on Randy. Then the next match you have is the SmackDown Tag Team match, which is a good match. It was a fast match, in my opinion. Now the New Day came out in a nice little entrance, throwing out Steven, and they had these little pancake people, midgets, and pancaked, and one of them did like a worm. Was it one of them? Was it two of them? Two of them that went round. Then you had the Usos, and then you have the Bludgeon Brothers. Their first title match. Match was quite good. You saw a double powerbomb on the top rope, and that's how it ended. But the Bludgeon Brothers just destroyed A1 from the start to the finish. Then the Bludgeon Brothers won that match, which I got correct. So how am I up now? Is it 3-2? No, it's 1, 2, 3, 3. Oh, bollocks. 4-2. Because I got that one wrong because I said the Usos. Then next you have, during the event, you had John Cena sitting in the crowd, cheering on, which was quite funny at some moments. Cheering on, but before that happened, you had, Charlotte taking on Asuka for the SmackDown Women's title. And that was a good match because there was a spot when Charlotte did a little moonsault from the top, but Asuka caught on like a spider lock kind of thing and went for the armbar. That was a good counter. And you saw a suplex on the apron. And then you saw the natural selection, which I thought would end the match, but Asuka kicked out. But it ended with Charlotte doing the figure 8 on one arm because one was injured. And believe it or not, Asuka tapped out. And then the streak is over. Which I think it's a good idea to have, an interesting idea to have, because Charlotte's been pushed out a little bit more. So, but then what they're going to do with Asuka now? So unless they move Asuka to Raw and put Rousey on SmackDown, that's something they're doing. Then I'd have Rousey taking on Charlotte. Then you had referee came down and told Cena that someone was here about the Undertaker, and John Cena leaped to his feet, climbed the back, and literally sprint to the back to get ready. And Charlotte and Asuka were just like, what? And then everyone I've mixed this up, by the way. And John Cena came up the ring, waiting for the Undertaker to make his appearance. Referee came back to John Cena in the ring and said, can't find him anywhere. And Cena was just like, darling, the lights went out. I thought Undertaker was coming out. Then we heard that nice guitar sound, and Elias walked out the ring and did like a song kind of thing, which I found quite good. And then he said something about John Cena, who came back and just assaulted Elias, which I feel sorry for Elias a little bit now, because he's getting treated like nothing, but he's good at what he's doing, but why? Then the lights went out, and so when Cena made his way back up the ramp, the lights went out again, and in the middle of the ring, we saw the Undertaker's hat, and it was his end court, and it got struck, lightning. Lights went off again, and the Undertaker's music hit, and he made his way down to the ring, and we had John Cena taking on the Undertaker, which was a plain squash match. Pardon me. Uh, Undertaker just destroyed John Cena. I think John Cena did these but when he went for the "You Can See Me" thing, he runs up the ropes. Undertaker just sat up, chokeslam, tombstone, 1, 2, 3, squashed. There was one funny thing about this match when I watched it. When Undertaker goes for that kick, if you watch, he misses that kick. The boot doesn't hit John. John falls before the boot hits him, so a little mistake there from them two. But Undertaker won that match, which I got correct. On the Charlotte and Oscar match, I got wrong. Charlotte won that. I picked Oscar, so I lost that one. Then you have Alexa Bliss versus Nia Jax, Raw Women's title on the line. When Jax won, she just destroyed Mickie James, took her out of the equation. And this match wasn't really well. Alexa kept screaming when Nia Jax got out of the time. Alexa did really heel things like eye poke, hair pull. Then with Nia Jax top rope, Samoan drop from the second rope, 1, 2, 3. Nia Jax wins the Raw Women's title, which I got wrong again. So Nia Jax won. And after that, you have A1 thought this was the big event next. At Kurt Angle with Ronda Rousey taking on Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Interesting match. Kurt Angle got quite beaten up at the start. But as soon as Rousey got in and went straight to cut Stephanie, she went for Triple H, and then the Triple H was teasing a pedigree on Ronda, but that didn't happen. Even if it did. Ronda actually picked up Triple H for a bit, then dropped him. But it ended with Ronda Rousey armbar on Stephanie. Now they're breaking her arm, and Stephanie's sitting there tapping away, and Kurt Angle and Ronda won the match, which I got correct. Then you have AJ Styles taking on Shinsuke Nakamura, WWE title. This match wasn't brilliant. It wasn't what A1 thought. People said it was the dream match, but Nakamura's been pushed a little bit too fast. He shouldn't have won that Rumble. He shouldn't have won for that. They should have been pushed too fast, too quickly. This match was all grabbles, holds, headlocks. And the way it ended, Nakamura went for his little is it called the Kinshasa? Missed, rolled up into AJ's Styles clash. Boom. 1, 2, 3. AJ beat Nakamura. Still champion, which I got correct. Then we have the Raw tag team match, which was The Bar taking on Braun Strowman and a mystery partner. Now, I had two things to this. If I could predict who his partner was, I would gain a point. Now, when Braun came out, he said his partner wasn't in the back. It was one of you. And I saw NXT people in the back. You have loads. People said there was loads, but I saw he's called No Way Jose in the back. Walked straight past him and a bunch of others. And he picked a boy out the crowd who looked about 10. Who was in the match. We got his name. He was called Nicholas. So it was The Bar taking on Braun and the 10-year-old kid called Nicholas. Well, what's funny about near the end of the match, Braun actually tagged in Nicholas, who actually got in the ring, shaking and everything. And when they're like, we can't take on this kid, and Braun tagged himself straight back in, went straight at him. Power slam, got the pin. And you knew champions were Braun Strowman and Nicholas couldn't hold the belt. He stood there with two arms. Ah! So I got that one correct. So 1 point for me, not 2, because I didn't pick a kid of the crowd. Then everyone's big event. Then you had, I know what, I've missed another one out. Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. If Kevin and Sami could beat Shane and Bryan, they'd be back on SmackDown reinstated. And this was a good match. They took out Daniel. Kevin and Sami came out from behind them, like from the crowd. Took out Bryan. Maybe took him out. So it's most matches were 1-on-2 handicap until Bryan came back. Which when I saw Bryan come back, I knew how it was going to end. Now the underdog comes back without him. So if Bryan wasn't there, Shane would have lost. since Daniel was there, he didn't the end work, and that I got that match wrong because Bryan and Shane won, and now Kevin and Sami are fired. They are fired from SmackDown, but they're going to come to Raw. I've seen Raw. I'm not going to spoil it for you if you haven't, but they're going to go to Raw. Watch Raw and see what happens to them there. Then you'll have the Universal title match. Brock Lesnar takes on Roman Reigns. Now this match I actually found this match quite good. We had suplexes, spears, Superman punches, a lot of F5s. I mean, a lot of F5s. Even an F5 for the announce table. It was like 5 or 6 F5. A couple of spears, a couple of Superman, lots of suplexes. Germans, belly to bellies, loads. That's all Brock does. I don't think he did a Kimura lock, surprisingly. This match ended with Brock doing his last F5 and pinning Roman. The thing that Roman was literally covered, his face is covered in blood. And what I think, I got this one correct. Brock Lesnar. Now, that's my opinion. But when I was watching other people doing their predictions, like I watch someone called Grim Toys Show. I watch his predictions. I watch Cultaholics predictions, What Culture, even my friends. And all of them picked Roman Reigns to win. I picked Brock Lesnar, and I was correct, and they were wrong. So I beat all of them on that prediction, and I won. So that's my predictions. Now, if we count up the tally, so if we go for losses first, I got the ones I got lost was the Women's Battle Royal, the IC title, the US title, the SmackDown Tag Team titles, the Women's Tag Team title, the Raw Tag Team Title 6. Oh, and Bryan and Shane take on Kevin and Sami, so 7 wrong. I got the rest right. Okay, so if I get less than that, I'm doing this My Little Pony thing. Okay, the ones I got right was the Men's Battle Royal, the Cruiserweight match, the Raw Tag Team titles, the Undertaker match, Kurt Angle and Ronda Rousey, AJ Styles, and Brock Lesnar. So I drew on that. It ended 7-7. I wrote it all down. I marked it all off. Have I missed the matchup? I don't think I have. The things I didn't get anything I called. But good match. Good event. 7-7. So nothing will happen. No My Little Pony. I won't reward myself at all. Just a normal reactions about what happened at WrestleMania. Now, things I would change about this. Out of all of them, none of them was a good match. It's lots of surprises. Like the Nia Jax thing, I thought Bliss would win. So, but who's Nia Jax? Who's going to defeat on Nia Jax? Is Alexa Bliss going to win that again? And the US title thing, I thought I was going to go with Rusev. Make him US champion. He was good as US champion. But Jinder Mahal might work. But yeah, I'm surprised about. I only picked Brock because I think Brock's contract was ending soon, so I thought they're probably going to keep Brock on for a little bit longer, which I did see. And they did. Brock won that, so there you have my reactions to WrestleMania, which was WrestleMania this year. 7 out of 7. No punishment, no reward. So there'll be no more video about WrestleMania and no more wrestling. There is one more pay-per-view coming up, which is the Greatest Royal Rumble, I think it's called. Is it in Saudi Arabia? I think I probably got that completely wrong. If I have, tell us below. Which I will be doing predictions on that when I learn the matches. I know a couple of matches which are happening. Only a couple. There you go. My predictions. How many did you get right? How many did you get wrong? Did you like the show? Did you dislike the show? If you had a rated out of 10, what would you give it? I would give it an 8. An 8 out of 10 I would give that match. Thank you for watching. See you in my next predictions.